Hey footprinters, Chrissy here. I will speak up and just make sure that the sound is up as far as it can go. Hang on a moment. Okay. Firstly, I've gotten more new subscribers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. As I said, not everyone's name comes up when they subscribe, but Paula, thank you. I've also had some comments from Anne H and Olive Oil, thank you. It is a good suggestion to buy a clip-on mic, and I'll look at that, but I'm currently thinking about, buying a new phone, so we'll wait and see what happens. Anyway, like I said, I will speak up. I know when I listen to the videos back on the television or on my computer, I can hear myself fine if I turn the volume up. So, but I also understand that some people, they're listening on their phones or or computers. I have extra speakers. So anyway, wow. Listening to all the testimony, public hearings this week, very interesting. They need one of the people that Zonderland named to come forward and speak. I'm thinking John Bolton, but with this thing about his Twitter account and this and that, and his lawyer throwing out little teasers, what's he going to do? So I thought I'd ask that question. I have a new deck that I've been reading on and all that. Those of you might know I love the steampunk style, and this is by an Australian called Soraya Rose, and it is Steampunk Tarot. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the illustrations are interpretations were designed and written by Soraya Rose. So she's designed them as well. She's designed the images as well. It's only been out since April this year, so it's a pretty new deck. And it's very hard to get. So I came across it on eBay and saw steampunk, and I thought, oh God, love it. Anyway, so I thought I'd use this deck. I've gone through it. I always go through my decks and sort them out and shuffle them up in the cards individually and stuff. So it's, yeah. So I thought we'll have a look at what's happening with John Bolton. So, firstly, I think we'll have a look and see if he's on the right path. I've got a little 4-card reading for that, so we'll look at that first, and then I'll decide which way I'm going to go from there. So, is John Bolton on the right path? That means, is he going to do the right thing or the wrong thing? So let's have a look. Is John Bolton on the right path? Will he do the right thing? So we'll have a look at that. The little 4-card reading, very quick. It's quite large cards. The imagery, as you'll see, is stunning, and as you know, this is my 4th steampunk themed deck, so I do love that style, and not just for cards, but I like it generally. I'm not a member of Steampunk Club or anything like that. I just really like the style and the aesthetic. Anyway, will John Bolton do the right thing? Will John Bolton do the right thing? Will John Bolton do the right thing? Let's have a look on the bottom. The Seven of Wands. He's in defensive mode at the moment. Okay, he hasn't said he hasn't said anything, but now with this coming out with the White House blocked my Twitter account, he's starting to defend himself as to why he hasn't said anything. So that makes sense. Okay, so we'll put this down. Okay, where is he now? Justice. He's thinking about justice. Justice is blind. Some people will not take the blindfolds off. In this case, it's Republicans who won't acknowledge things, who won't. Hang on a moment. There was a little grot spot on it. So Republicans are just, they're not being blind. They're being partisan. So they're not willing to put their partisanship behind them. They're not using their wisdom. They're not letting the cogs, the machinery of justice work as it should. And in order for it to happen, basically the balloon's going to have to go up in one way or another. So he's thinking, about justice. Whether or not he'd be justified in testifying. Of course he would be. A lot of people had said he's a hardliner, he's, a conservative right, but he's not a criminal, and that's what he has to consider. And yeah, so he is thinking about saying something to help justice be achieved. Where is he going? Queen of Swords. To the investigators. He's astute, he's forthright, he's again, you've got, of course, because it's steampunk, you're going to see a lot of wheels turning, the inner workings of investigations, his thoughts, his words. I think he might be heading towards the investigators, Nancy Pelosi. I think he may be going to go and talk to them, at least at this stage. What is obstructing him from doing so? The sun. The sun with the black unicorn. Sunshine. If he goes and talks, a lot of things are going to come to light. That he knows he's not a criminal. He knows he hasn't done anything wrong. But it still might not put him in a good light. So he's still a little bit worried about how he's going to be perceived if he goes and testifies, what's going to come to light and how it's going to be perceived. I like that this is a unicorn, a winged unicorn, a double mythical creature, a top member of the White House administration who will actually go and talk. He's a bit worried about how he's going to be perceived and what might come to light. And that seems to be holding him up at the moment. What's the final outcome with where he's going? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. People want him to testify. Democrats want him to testify. A lot of Americans want him to testify. I think, based on this interpretation, that, yeah, he is going to go and spill some tea. I don't think he'll spill everything, but I think he's going to spill enough. That may be another interpretation for the sun, is what's holding him up is trying to decide how much he's going to shine a light, what he's going to shine a light on as well. So, yeah, I think what's holding him up is just, not just he doesn't want to be perceived badly when something comes to light, but also how much should he say, how much light should he shine on things. Interpretations with the cards, as you know, can change a little bit and vary a little bit as more cards come out. But the final outcome is wish fulfillment. Yeah. That is, whoopsie daisy, here we go again. Yeah, this just came out of the tripod holder. So wish fulfillment is, you know, I think he might decide to go and testify, and next thing I'm going to look at is when. So I'm just going to pause this and put it back in its holder, okay, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. It's all back in the tripod, back where it belongs. So it looks like it's looking promising for John Bolton to spill some tea, just starting what he's going to shine light on and what he's not, how much he needs to spill in order to give people what they need. So that looks promising, but when is this going to happen? So that's what I'm going to ask next. Now I'm going to move those cards up to the back, and I'm going to take the defensive card and put that there too, because yeah, he's in a bit of defensive mode. So look, tarot, as a lot of readers will tell you, are not good for timeline. So I'm going to ask, basically, will it be in the next couple of weeks? So we'll look at the next couple of weeks. So the next two, there's one full week. It is, oh, by the way, it's Saturday, September 23rd, November 23rd over here. So I'm going to ask, will it be in the next 2 weeks? Because yes, they've said, oh, no more public hearings, but that can change. You know, if they have another witness come forward, they can listen to him behind closed doors and then bring him, you know, schedule him the next week. So I'll ask the question, will there be more public hearings in the next 2 weeks? So that's the last week of October, the first week of December. Will there be more public hearings, or even private or public hearings in the next 2 weeks? Will there be more closed door and public hearings in the next 2 weeks? Ooh, Ace of Wands. New opportunities, new action. That's a yes, and aces are yes. Aces are also yeses. So yes, it looks like there could be some more hearings happening. So let's have a look. I'm going to do the 3-card layout. So 1, 2, 3. Ten of Swords, that's a no. The Lovers is a yes, and Page of Cups is a yes. So, sorry, just move that. Yes, there is. There are going to be more hearings in the next couple of weeks. Hearings that are going to end up leading to the end of something and quite a painful end. Now, when that end's going to come about, don't know. But someone's testimony is going to bring out a lot of emotion and good news for America. It's going to be good news, whatever message, because the messenger, an emissary of truth, emotion, and truth, and lovers, the lovers. And I think basically, to put it boldly, the hearings are going to really clarify who was in bed with who Trump was in bed with regard to all of this. Who Trump, yeah. So we'll put that bottom card there, and I'm going to shuffle again. Will Bolton be one of the witnesses? Will Bolton be one of the witnesses? Will Bolton be one of the witnesses? Five of Pentacles. Well, we're asking about Bolton, and he's going to be out in the cold. So that's quite possibly a yes. So we'll put that there. Will Bolton be one of the witnesses? Three of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal. That's a no. The Hermit is a maybe. And the Five of Cups is a no. So it's quite, he might not be. That's interesting. The Hermit is a maybe. Whoever it is going to be a witness, it's someone who's kept quiet till now. So I asked specifically about Bolton, and Bolton might not be a witness at the hearings. Okay, but there are going to be witnesses. There are going to be more hearings, and that's been established. And whoever is the main head, someone who's not said anything until now. So it's quite possible that it is Bolton, and these are being overridden. Five of Cups, Three of Swords, heartbreak and betrayal. They're not going to be, whoever it is isn't happy about doing it. They feel that they're betraying their president. Or maybe they're feeling that by not coming forward, they're betraying their country as well. But, you know, they're obviously torn. They're going to feel a sense of loss. And they're going to, I think they're fearing that they may regret it if they come forward and talk. So I'm going to ask that question again. Will Bolton be a witness? Will Bolton be a witness? Will Bolton be a witness? So ask again, just to clarify. There's one maybe and two no's, and generally I would take that as a no, but it just, something's telling me to read again. Two of Wands is a yes. Three of Pentacles is a yes. And Four of Pentacles is a no. I think he doesn't want to. I think he is, but he really doesn't want to. That's the thing. He just wants to stay hidden. I think this is more of, because this is a maybe, and it is a major arcana maybe. Okay, why the other two are minor arcanas. So, yeah, I really think he doesn't want to. He just wants to stay silent and not say anything. But I think he feels he's going to have to. The Two of Wands, he's going to have to tell about what he knows about the overseas business, the Ukrainian business. This is, you know, expansion, commerce, it's dominion overseas. Trump holding dominion over Zelensky. He knows about the group who did it. This is Three of Pentacles. It can be dirty money, but it can also indicate group work, and he knows about that. And the Four of Pentacles. He's feeling pretty shaky about it, about his security. He's not happy about it. But yeah, he's worried about his position in life or whatever. So even though the first layer said no, the second layer is yes. I've got to add them all together, and it's not a case of adding layers until you get the answer you want. It's a case of this being a major arcana and these two being a 3 and a 5, very brief. I think he's going to hold out for another week or so. This is him holding out briefly. It's just that something told me there is more to the story. But he's still, and these are, again, 3 and 4. So he's going to make it quick. He's not going to spend a lot of time on it, and he's going to make it brief. But it is going to put him out in the cold with Trump. Anyway, that is my reading on John Bolton and what he's going to do. Really interesting. I'm going to come back later in the day and I'm going to do another reading on his money, on Trump's money, on his taxes, what's going on there. Yeah, look, if he steps up and testifies, it's really not because he wants to, it's because he feels he has to. And he's taking his time to decide what he can say and what he can shine light on. So if he does do it, he's still not 100% there. He's still resisting the idea. But if he does do it, he's going to be very quick, you know, and very decisive about what he says. About who they were, and he's still going to feel like he's skating a little bit on thin ice. But this is also about security. So who was undermining the US's security? Anyway, I do have to go. Thank you very much, footprinters. I love you all. I hope this reading turns out to be correct, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye-bye.